If it isn't posted, it isn't a rule. I'm a teacher. Early in my career, I worked for a principal we will call Bob. One day, a student got a little bored in science class. Being a teenage boy, he decided that third period was the appropriate time to whip out his phone and browse the hub. He quickly got caught showing an unapproved documentary to some of his classmates. The science teacher sent the student to Bob and expected he would face consequences. Unfortunately, Bob felt that the teacher was to blame. The teacher had never explicitly stated that students weren't allowed to watch porn during class. It wasn't even posted on the wall. For those of you not in education, if you write something on a poster and put it on a wall, teenagers will pay attention to it. Bob informed the science teacher that they were lucky they were only getting a verbal warning. This time, we were all told to update our posted rules and explicitly tell students what they could and could not do in our classrooms. Cue the malicious compliance. I got a stack of index cards and started listing all the rules I could think of. These ranged from the mundane, don't pick your nose, to the serious, don't fornicate, to the absurd, starting cults is strictly forbidden. Each one had a little drawing with it too. I wanted to be accessible for all students. This continued for 2 weeks with students adding their own. I taped them to one wall until I had gone through a good 2 or 3 packs of index cards. Eventually, Bob came into my room, pointed at the wall, and said that I was making him look bad. I said that he had put the staff in a position of needing to anticipate any potential bad behavior before it happened or risk a write-up. As a new teacher at the start of her career, I was obviously risk-averse and was just trying to cover all my bases. We got another email the following week that due to fire code, we could no longer post paper rules. The phrase, administrator discretion, in our handbook would have to suffice as warning. But we were still expected to verbally warn students of our expectations. Bob obviously lacks common sense and should not be in any position of authority. My 8th grade teacher said, I don't care if your religion is to jump up and down and dance around a toy monkey in his classroom. Do it without being a distraction to the rest of us and you're good to go. One of his syllabus rules said no cults unless a teacher leads it. Nobody warned me not to whack you in the shins with a hockey stick, Bob. Bob doesn't sound like he'd be good for much at all as a principal. Cool. All of the ridiculous rules can now go in your syllabus, which will be gone over and signed by every student at the beginning of the year. If the principal doesn't back you up again, you can always reply. The student was informed here on page 12. It was initialed and signed. His email is worthless. If he wants to make a rule, he needs to put a poster on the wall. Where do we post the rule about the fire code disallowing posting of rules? Was Bob watching porn in his office? This is Bob. Bob likes to power trip more than he likes common sense. Don't be like Bob. Of all people you can be like. Please. Do not be like Bob. Oops. Had to go back before I hit the post and correct it from boob. Well, it's not like Bob wasn't a tit. A menace, I love it. Due to fire code, we could no longer post paper rules. You missed another opportunity. You should have painted them. Or used different colored markers on the wall. What paper, Bob? No, you didn't make him look bad. He did that all by himself. If it isn't posted, it isn't a rule. Somebody's never played baseball. If anyone ever wondered why teachers absolutely must have a union, if you write something on a poster and put it on a wall, Teenagers will pay attention to it. As a teacher, this line made me almost spit out my drink. In the U.S., a rule specifically against starting cults would violate free speech and free practice of religion. The correct rule is, any club or organization formed must have a faculty sponsor, advisor. Then you just have to hope that nobody sponsors cult club. Not allowed paper time to speak to art and design and get some time on laser cutter. Thine shall not watch porn. Bonus point if you can get 3D printer to print something to go with it. Gosh. I thought it was now going to end with and you laminated them. Or at the beginning of each semester you now read all of those rules so the kids are duly warned in advance. I suspect Bob might be married or related to my wife's idiot female boss. Most of the staff have been there longer than the boss. We're talking some people are 20 or 30 years with the company. New boss. Maybe 6 months under their belt. Treats all staff like brain-damaged toddlers incapable of adult decisions. They're not allowed to go to the bathroom without permission. Not allowed in the hallway without permission. Literally, it's like elementary school there the students get a paycheck. Honestly, we're placing bets how long it'll be this new boss manages to sink the branch. They're hemorrhaging staff as quickly as staff can find other jobs and are on the brink of not legally being able to cover the requirements to stay open in their industry.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.